Hello, viewer. It's great having you on the show today, and welcome to another edition of Viewpoint. It is an exciting and interactive talk show where they talk as EB. On the show, we talk about everything and anything trending, ranging from entertainment to politics, health, education, lifestyle, power of community, you just name it. All you need to do is sit back, enjoy, and engage in our conversations. My name is Hadiza Galadima, and right here with me in the studio are my amazing co-host, Confidence.
Hi Hadiza, hi Rachel.
Hi, Confidence.
And Rachel.
Hello, Hadiza.
Hi. All we do on the show is spark meaningful conversations, inspire change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. And now straight to the business of the day, let's get started. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, strength doesn't come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. As usual, we will be discussing some really intriguing topics today. First, we will talk about the recycled Nigerian leadership that is breaking the circle for a thriving nation. We will also talk about navigating the X-Talk. And lastly on the show, we will talk about high-profile relationships and their influence on our social perceptions. All this and more after the break.
Experience the acceleration of Oweleketv. Get the latest news from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry to the pulse-pounding realm of sports. We provide accurate and up-to-date information, exclusive interviews with top political analysts that will leave you craving more. Our team of professionals delivers captivating contents from Nigeria and beyond. Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. This is Viewpoint, talk show where they talk as EB. President Bola Tinubu's choice of ministerial nominees has sparked discontent amongst many Nigerians. They have expressed their dissatisfaction on social media, criticizing the president for submitting a 28-man ministerial nominees list to the National Assembly that they believe lack worthy candidates for the ministerial positions. The list includes former governors Nyesom Wike and Nasiru El-Rufai, as well as 26 others, which has been met with widespread criticism. Nigerians have condemned the list as a mere recycling of old politicians who have previously contributed to the country's problems. They argue that this approach denies opportunities to aspiring leaders of tomorrow. Are there any valid arguments in support of the inclusion of these former governors in the ministerial list despite public criticism? And what role does the National Assembly play in the screening and confirmation process of ministerial nominees? And how can we ensure transparency and accountability?
The thing is, when the head is faulty, the body will definitely have issues.
You said it all.
That is just
Chicken.
So when the person presenting the list is having issues, the list will definitely have issues. This is just like going round a circle. The same people that Nigerians have been crying and complaining and praying that, oh God, please take these people out. And okay, now maybe there were governors in their respective states, and then they are praying, please God, please take these people away. We don't want this person as governor again. And then God answered their prayer and took him away as governor. And the next thing you're seeing, he's now a minister. It keeps going round a circle. And it's not surprising because this is like the normal thing that has been happening. Even if it was not Tinubu who brought out this list, he may not even be the one. But it's just a common knowledge it's just a normal thing. Okay, even before they started plotting how they want to get get to this place. They already know who and who. They already arranged it. Don't worry if I enter. It's just a normal thing. And so it's not surprising to me. It's not shocking to me. And again, we're talking about the Senate and the screening and whatever. Look, this thing is just an arrangement. This person, now you go pick who go be this minister. Now you go talk say the minister, this person where I choose they okay. Now you go consign them say okay, this one done they okay. It's like a meeting. They came to an agreement. Tinubu can now say this is what I want as minister, and then the person he puts there himself as the senator, as senator will now come and say you cannot be. Look, even if these people are not okay, even if they do whatever screening they want to do and they are not okay, we all know that they will not come out and say this person. Do you think they will come and say El-Rufai did not do well and that's why we did not put him as minister? Or yes, some Wike messed up so he cannot. Or this person, we screened him and we saw that for one or two reasons he cannot be this minister. And you think they will come and tell you? Never. Look, the screening is just to fulfill all righteousness. With or without that screening, they've chosen who they want and that person will be. This recycling will continue. The leaders of today or leaders of tomorrow, we are just saying it with mouth. We are singing it as national anthem in schools. But we all know that not just for formalities. So
that brings us to like recalling back when Nasir El-Rufai made this statement about Islamization in Nigeria and it's lasting for about 20 years. Nigerians were actually saying this person is saying this or this sort of thing because he knows he's going to secure a slot.
And it has happened.
And it has happened.
Yes. So, Nigerians are no longer dumb.
Confidence.
I think there's just a very high level of bureaucracy and nepotism in the helm of affairs of this country. And I don't want to say that nobody cares anymore, but the truth is we're getting to the point where nobody cares anymore. Everybody's just looking out for themselves. Like Rachel just said, it's a circle. You know the way a circle starts, you draw it and then it comes to that same point. They are just recycling leaders. It's not the first time. Trace it from every regime. You see people that have ruled are coming back into power because for God's sake, they think that, okay, because they were governors and maybe they did well in quote as governors, then they should be given, a ministerial seat. I mean, I keep asking myself, why isn't there a creation of a law that says that okay, when you're finished from this place, rest, so that other people that have vision, other people that actually really want to work can come out and work. But no, because this national cake, they will keep eating it till they get to their 6 feet. They will keep sharing this cake, they will keep looting, they will keep milking this nation dry till God decides, oh yeah, you people should come home, you people should come for judgment. And it's so bad. Do you understand? Because when I first saw the news about the ministerial list and I saw Nyesom Wike and I saw Nasir El-Rufai, I was wondering, I was asking myself, what is going on here? And these people were approved that, okay, yes, we have found them worthy and they will be the ministers. Like Rachel just said, she said, once the head is faulty, trust me, the entire body, that's because like, they say in biblical terms, the anointing flows from the head. So once something is wrong up there, trust me, every other part is going to get it. And it's sad because you just asked the question, how do we go about it? Truly, there's really no way out of it. Nigerians, the only thing we can do is like, other countries now know us for or talking and no do. We'll talk. NLC is outside there protesting. And at the end of the day, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. So until these bad eggs are rooted out, until they go, you understand, before a space is actually created for people who actually want to work. Because there are people out there who actually want to get into the right thing and do the right things. But when you enter inside there, it's either they kill you or you join them.
Another thing I'm seeing from this whole story, this is just like a compensation. This woman from Cross River, I think, I can't remember her full name now. I think she was the women leader for All Progressive Congress, and now she's part of this. It's just like a compensation.
Yeah,
so you fought for you supported me during the election. You fought for me. You did this. You did that. This lady, what's her name? Eniola Badmus, who is an actress. She fought for Tinubu. Let's wait and see what happens. She's also going to get something at the end of the day. Because it is only the people who fought. If you did not, even if you're a clean person, but you were speaking against APC or you were supporting another party, you will not get Nothing.
And that begs the question, should it be like that?
Should it be like that?
And you wonder why when you trace it down to the roots, down to primary school, secondary school, you see these things that happen in the helm of affairs happening there.
Yeah.
Oh, because you voted for me.
Yes.
Cause rep.
Yes.
But come, let me
Yes.
flex.
It doesn't
you,
matter
flex
if you can work or you cannot work. So far you supported me. Take it.
That's exactly what's going
They
on.
should actually look for people who are actually right for the positions they are given, and not just to give people because you feel, let me just compensate you at the detriment of the masses. We would love to hear from you in our comment section. As always, okay, we would love to hear. So drop your opinions in our comment section. We will be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Moving on to our next topic, which is navigating the X-Talk. Navigating the X-Talk can be a delicate yet essential aspect of building a healthy and trusting current relationship. It involves discussing past relationship, whether romantic or non-romantic, and addressing the intricacies that may arise during these conversations. When couples engage in an X-Talk, they create an opportunity to understand each other's history, emotional experiences, and vulnerabilities. It can foster transparency and build a foundation of trust, allowing partners to be more open and authentic with each other. However, the X-Talk can also come with challenges. For some individuals, discussing past relationships may trigger feelings of insecurity, jealousy, or comparison. How can partners find a way to balance between being open and honest about their past relationships without oversharing or dwelling on the past? Is it necessary to disclose every details about your past romantic relationships, or are there circumstances where certain information can be kept private? On this topic today, we have two guests who will be joining us. We have Duncan Gurindam, and he is an on-air personality with Cool FM. And we also have Selem Kalu, who is a writer and a content strategist. But before they join us, let's have a quick conversation, briefly, ladies. All right? Briefly. So, confidence.
It's very, very important. See my hand. It is essential that when you're in a relationship with somebody, you tell the person everything.
Yeah.
I said everything, I would have said it depends, but I think it's just important to be honest, because if that person finds out tomorrow and, you come out and you say, I did it so I will not hurt you, you've hurt the person by not telling that person. So I would always say it's best to tell the person and then let that person decide. You don't get to lie to somebody and then also make the decision, to make them stay. No. How to gain trust? Tell that person. Let that person be in the knowledge. That person be in the know. Okay, this was what happened. This was what happened. This was what happened. And how are we going to move? If the person decides, I don't think I can handle it. I mean, that's life. Do you understand? But deep within you, you've said the truth. You've told them. So don't keep it. It's very important.
Nice.
I believe in openness. And no matter how dirty, no matter how you think that thing, how deep it is, I think you should just open up and tell the person. If that person is for you, he or she will stay. But then again, I think the reason why people are not being open, to their partners, because some people can be so childish, they can be so unreasonable.
Yeah.
You tell someone something and the next thing is the person starts thinking, this person, you understand, they take advantage of it and start even treating you because of what you've told them.
Yeah.
But then I think you should just be open. If that person treats you because of what you told him or her, please go.
Move.
It's better to move than for you to now hide that thing from that person.
Okay, welcome guys. It's great having you on the show. We have Duncan and we also have Selem. Okay, it's great having you guys on the show. Welcome. So, all right, I'll start with the lady in the house. All right, want to have your take as regards navigating the X-Talk. Is it what's your take on discussing your past relationship with your current partner or your present relationship? Please, let's hear from you.
Okay, so I think that in order to move forward, you need to trash what has happened behind, right? But this has to be done with an understanding between you and your partner. So how are these questions going to come up about our past relationship or my past relationship, before I get into any relationship, I would like to understand how long the person's previous relationship lasted, what went wrong, why did that relationship end, what were some issues in that relationship. And this is not because I like Amebo, even though I like Amebo, but this is because I want to be better, right? So I want to give my best in this relationship. And I feel like starting off a relationship based on trust, you would have to tackle some of these issues in the past. But then where I would have an issue is where this question begins to come every now and then, right? So say you're 2 months into the relationship, you've been able to talk about your past relationship, and then the next 3 months, he's asking you more questions about your past, and the 4th month, here it goes again. So that's when I may have issue, when it keeps coming up again and again. But if we're starting something real, something serious, it's good that we're just open with each other, trash whatever may have happened in our past relationships, and we must both be comfortable speaking about it. You don't have to force the answers from the other person. When the person is comfortable sharing, then you both can just open up and then start to build whatever it is you guys are aimed at.
Oh, that's great. Well, Salam, you look kind of carried away when Duncan was talking. Okay, so let's have your take as regards discussing your past relationships with your present relationship.
I wasn't really carried away by much. I think I was clearly thinking about, I think I was doing some mental in my head. So prior to this time, I was a big party. I used to be a big party to people who would want to share their past, especially in their present. But they viewed me to see Shaggy. And I don't really feel like I don't really feel like I want to share that kind of thing. I mean, for the sake of understanding, I think it's something we would want to sit down and talk about. Yes, I used to be like this. This was what happened before, and very comfortable and I used to be in a relationship where after doing my best to be very honest and sincere, they use it against me. That was very tasking. And that in itself was highly hectic. So yeah, I'll say I'm a part to it again. I mean, if it has to do with creating a space for yeah.
Okay, so in all, like, would you agree that some informations or some discussions should be kept, or you're supposed to come in all totality? Because like some people might not want to give out all the necessary information that is needed. Do you get? So maybe they will feel, okay, I think I need to reserve some part of the story for you, not in order not to, like Duncan said earlier on, in order not to like let the questions not keep coming back over and over and over and becomes very tiring and boring. What is your take as regards that?
I think I would basically agree with wanting to keep it to a later today. We can ask I would right and don't blame me. Some people may hear this like maybe or whatever. I don't care. But then, if you don't ask, I won't tell. I mean, I would want to give a hint to it, right? But yes, unlike Bergon, I like Amebo. I like it in my full chest. Give it to me, audit full. For my own part, I would say that I would want to have some certain form of information on certain time. Yes, just for the sake of sensitivity.
You said if she don't ask, you won't tell her. So what if she finds out?
Exactly.
I would bear my heart on a sheet. I would bear my heart on a sheet.
Why you guys are
And I
going
will come in hand. Sorry?
I said, when you guys have gone such a long way and it's getting serious.
Yeah, I'm not about to start spilling my EP or my album in 3 months into the release. Maybe where we've got one or where we've gone, past some certain point, like, okay, yeah, it's my person, then I would want, if she finds out, fine, I bear my heart on the sheet. If it does not, fine. It's not going to stop me from being the man I'm supposed to be for her. It's also not going to stop me being my optimum. It's not going to also stop me from being a complete gentleman that I am supposed to, or I am compelled to, or supposed to be for my woman. It's responsibility to be that person, to create a space for protection. So yeah.
Okay, that's very nice to hear, and I hope you and your partner will get to understand yourselves better. Okay, we really do appreciate you. All right, your input is really, really valid, and we'll hope to call you again, or we want you to be part of the show anytime. Hope when we call you, you will be available. All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Now, moving on to our last topic for today, we will delve into a fascinating world of high profile relationships and their influence on our social perceptions, particularly in age gap relationships. Age gap relationships, where there is a significant difference in age between partners, have long been a subject of intrigue and curiosity in the society. When such relationship involves high-profile individuals, they often become media spectacles, okay, drawing both admiration and criticism from the public. Regina Daniels is a case study because most Nigerians criticized and condemned her for marrying a man who is old enough to birth her. But now some of those who criticize her are wishing to be like her. So this brings me to the question that what is the real impact of this relationship on our social perceptions, and how do age gap relationships involving high profile individuals influence societal attitudes towards such parents? Confidence. Do you want to go first, or Rachel? Because Confidence knows how to hit much on such matters.
Oh my
Rachel
god.
is more of a political
Maybe Rachel,
person.
go first.
All right, do your turn.
Okay, so my take on this.
Yeah.
First, I don't like to judge people.
Mm-hmm.
No matter personally, let me start with this. Personally, I don't think I can marry a man who is old enough to give birth to me. Personally, but I don't judge people who went ahead to do it. I feel like they have a brain of their own. They know what they are doing and they know what they want. But then again, you see, human beings who can be very funny. Just like you said, the same people who criticized and insulted Regina Daniels when she married Ned, who said, you married your grandpa, this. They're the same people who are still coming back to say, in fact, when she became the secretary to the wives of senators, you need to see comments. I'm like, hey, human being. The same people are now coming back to say, I also recommend Regina Daniels made the best choice.
Double standards.
Made the best choice.
Standards.
You say, Kai, this girl, she too wise, she too get sense. So that time, where would they insult us? Actually, she know what she they do. I feel like money controls people's brain.
You just said it all again.
A poor person, a poor person, right?
Yeah.
If I think when Regina Daniels was going into that marriage, one poor person somewhere would have said that because of money, they marry. Because of money. But when they themselves saw that this girl is actually doing well in this thing, they're still the same person who will come back to say, I want to. Now it's poverty that is just driving people's brain. Because if I have money, let me take myself as an example. If I have money now and then I see a poor girl going into that kind of marriage, I'll say, it's because they don't have money in their family, that's why she's going in there, and I will insult her for that. But if I am poor and she's rich, my mouth will change. So it is just poverty now controlling people's brain. I personally don't judge people, but I think the way we see this high profile relationship and marriage out there, it's not what we think it is. Regina Daniels, now we don't know what she's going through.
Exactly.
We don't know what it is. I just think do your own thing. Do what is okay by you. If you want to marry a grandfather and you think it's okay, you think you are, please go and marry. Nobody will stop you. And if you want to marry a boy that is younger than you are 20, the boy is 13, go and marry you if it is fine by you. Don't judge people. I don't believe in judging. Don't judge people. Don't try to tell people what to do. Live your life. As you're seeing that beautiful marriage out there, be clapping as it's beautiful. When they are crying, if you want to cry, cry with them. Don't judge people. Don't try to control people. That's my take.
Okay, so for me personally, I would always say, do what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody will be like you. If you have set of rules and principles, that you abide by, that you live your life by, I think it's very important in a world that is growing crazier and crazier and madness is becoming the order of the day. I think if there are basic principles, especially that our parents, reasonable parents, have instilled into us and into children, I think it's something that they should hold on to, irrespective of whatever happens in life. Biblically, you hear, train up a child in the way you should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. As funny as some people would think it sounds, it's the truth, because a lot of us are a product of the kind of trainings our parents gave us. It's not like we cannot cut rope. Do you understand? Like somebody I know would always say, like, it's not like you can't cut rope, but because of those words and those trainings, you can't afford to, whether they are there or they are not there. Now, coming to this thing, Rachel said, I don't judge, she doesn't judge people. I don't judge people, but they are living their life. These are celebrities. They are doing their own thing. Now, the question is, what effect is it having on the younger generations? What is it projecting out there? There are a lot of people who, even before this Regina Daniels saga, it has been happening. Families are giving out children because of money.
We have cultures and ethnic groups
exactly who do it. So even before this whole thing about Regina Daniels and Ned, it has been happening. It's just that their own came out because he's a well-known person. Yeah. Why I personally will not do it, I can't. I always say something, I have too much pride. When I say people start laughing, I'm like, it's the truth. That's why I said there are principles a person should live their lives by, that no matter what happens, if the wind comes like this, the wind comes this way, you're standing, because there are principles you live by. I don't know what they live their life by. I don't know how it works for them. Rachel said, you don't know what she's going through. All we're saying is the glitz and glamour. That's why we say don't copy everything you see. And it's having adverse effect on the younger generation, is dealing with them, because people are looking at unrealistic things. You want to be like Regina Daniels. Are you ready to go through that social stigma? Are you ready to go through all that plenty talking?
Are you strong enough?
Are you strong enough to go through it? So I feel like everybody should have basic principles that they live by, and let those principles be sensible.
Well, we just said it all right on the show. So that's it on today's edition of Viewpoints. You already know, talk show with the Talker Massive. We would love to hear from you. So be a part of our conversation by dropping your opinions in our comment section. And don't forget to follow all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and captivating episodes of the show. Do subscribe and turn on the notification bell on our YouTube channel at Oweleketv. Our website is oweleketv. See you again.